Hello guys, this is probably going to get annoying because I keep thinking of things that I should say. But I'll be posting like 50 times a day. Um, I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you guys struggle with this or not, but you might. So in case you are, I want you to know you're not alone. Um, I have always had a problem with recordings, like these recordings, and but these aren't so bad. But like if somebody wants to record me doing something or take my picture or whatever, I think I've talked about this, where like it sort of zaps my energy, particularly if you get a picture or video of like my eyes. Something about that like zaps my energy. So there's not a lot of pictures, and I'm not like, this is not a challenge, try to get a picture of me. But there's not a lot of pictures of me as an adult. There's quite a few as a child, but even as a child, I used to be completely drained, especially like on school picture day. I'd be sick for a couple days. Anyway, I won't get into that whole long thing, but with the way things are now, like in some ways, cameras everywhere is great because people do tend to lie. I don't know what you can prove now that there's AI and you can pretty much invent things, but anyway, point being, there's cameras kind of everywhere when you leave your house, even like, you just walk out of your house, there's cameras on other people's houses, there's cameras on stop lights, and I don't know, they're everywhere. So just be aware of that. Like if having video or pictures drains your energy, that can happen too. Like you just walk outside and you're being filmed everywhere. So if you can't understand like why you're feeling drained and you're like, okay, it wasn't like I tapped into anyone's energy, like everywhere you walk now there's cameras, so that's draining your energy too. You have to protect your energy because it's being drained like everywhere you go. Or if you don't recognize that yet, maybe start paying attention to that. Like take a note when you feel drained all of a sudden. Did someone just take a picture of you? Did you walk by a camera? Like maybe you need to start paying attention to that to see if you are someone who having your picture. And again, my grandfather was Native American, so he believed pictures like steal your soul. I don't know about that. I do know that they have always drained my energy. Like I've needed some recovery time after having a picture taken. So pay attention to that. If someone snaps your picture or films you, do you feel drained afterwards? It's good to know like where your energy is leaking. I just feel like a lot of empaths and highly sensitive people don't realize it, but like maybe once you hear it, it'll make sense. Like maybe subconsciously you feel it and you just didn't think of it or whatever. I know I didn't for a long time, even though I knew I got sick when my picture was taken. My mom had me convinced that like I was nervous about the picture. And somehow I knew that wasn't it, but my mom said it, I believed it. And it took me probably till like almost 40 to realize like, no, whenever my picture is taken, I get sick or I feel drained. So if you're someone who feels depleted after taking selfies or being on camera or having people, take your photo or video without your permission, you're not crazy. That's actually your energy being pulled through that lens. For empaths and HSPs, your energy field is more open, more responsive. So you're like more tuned into subtle frequency shifts. When someone captures your image, especially if you're not grounded, if you're not shielded or aware, it can create a kind of energetic leak. So your auric field, how can I say this? Your auric field naturally extends outward. If I were to sit here, like, I don't know, for some of you, maybe you can see auras, I'm not sure, but if you can, if you take an empath and stand them next to, I would say just like a regular person, not an HSP or an empath or whatever, your energy extends out further than theirs does. So when you're being filmed or photographed, that field is interacting with whoever is watching you, whether in real time or later. Your energy, like the reason people who do what I do can do it really well off of a picture is because when I take your picture, your energy is in that picture. Does that make sense? So if someone has a photo of you and they look at it, whether you're aware they're looking or not, you will feel that your energy will drain. I hope that makes sense. So it's like, you have to be careful with that stuff too. And I'm not saying don't take pictures or whatever. It's just like, when you're posting pictures of when you're taking a picture of yourself and posting pictures of yourself, your energy goes into the photo you take, and it's in there. So anytime somebody scrolls over your picture or stares at your picture, like, that is an energy drain for you, an energy leak for you. So you might feel drained after, again, like posting selfies, being on a Zoom call, or, even having a bunch of strangers scroll through your photos. That's a lot of eyes on you. And I say this to, like, content creators. They make videos and they post it, and 2 years from now somebody could watch that video, and that is still draining your energy 2 years later. Do you know what I mean? So especially if people like, they've got their eyes on you, and if they're in a not great energy, do you know what I mean, that can pull at your field. Some people even unconsciously take energy through images. It's not always malicious. Sometimes it's just curiosity, admiration, or projection. But for sensitive souls, the effect is very real. And you'll feel that, and you'll have no idea why you're feeling it. Like, you could be having a great day and everything's going fine, and then you're drained. It could potentially be somebody, like, watching your video or staring at your picture, especially if it's somebody who doesn't like you. God forbid they sit there and they stare at your picture and they just hate you. I mean, that's basically spell work without them intending to do spell work. I know this is a little out there. Anyway, this is why certain cultures and certain religious or spiritual groups, they have beliefs around protecting the soul in photos, because on some level they understood that an image isn't just a picture, it's a piece of your energy imprint. It's a piece of, like my grandfather used to say, it was taking a piece of your soul. So how can I explain? So just, like, set the intention before being photographed or filmed. Even, something as simple as, I don't know, I stay fully sovereign in my energy. No one takes what isn't theirs. Do what I always say, like, before you go outside, visualize a light shield around your aura before going in front of a camera or before posting a picture of yourself. Be sure to cleanse your energy afterward, just like you would after being in a crowd or after being, like, an intense situation. But most importantly, honor your resistance. If you don't feel like showing up for a picture, if you don't feel like having your picture taken, don't push yourself to do it. Your energy knows what it needs. You don't owe anyone your face or your energy. You get to protect your energy. And it's up to you to protect your energy, because, like I said, there's pictures and cameras everywhere now. You have to protect your energy. Which brings me to another thing. And I just had this conversation with you, who started these videos. You know who you are. You're going to have to get very good at, A, listening to your intuition about how to take care of yourself, how to protect yourself. And B, you're going to have to be okay with people not liking you, not agreeing with you. Because let's say a friend group is together and everybody's like, let's take a picture. And you recognize that pictures drain you or sometimes make you physically ill. And you're like, yeah, I'm not really up to having my picture taken. And, oh, come on. And, like, it's going to make people mad. But if you know you're not in the right place to have your photo taken, you're going to have to not give in to that. If you feel like, yeah, okay, if I need to rest after this, I'll rest, then go ahead and do it. But if your intuition's telling you, like, I don't think I'm up for a photo right now, then don't do it. And you're going to have to be okay with people not understanding and people not agreeing. And it's hard. We don't want people mad at us, certainly not friends or, like, people we care about, but they don't understand what you're going through. They can't understand it, so it won't make sense to them. And you're going to have to be okay with that. A lot of this, and it's really hard for empaths, because just in general, we care about people and we don't want people mad or sad or angry or whatever. But your energy is more important than that. And if someone doesn't care enough about you to, even if they don't understand what you're saying, to respect it, then, You have to let that go, and it's so hard for empaths. I know, I've been there. We're people pleasers. So you're going to have to practice that, getting used to not saying yes when you don't feel like you should say yes. You're going to have to get used to, like I said, people not understanding, people not agreeing, and like I keep saying, people being envious of your energy. Take some, time every day and remind yourself, like, I have to be okay with that because it's in my best interest to do what my intuition is telling me. Other people can't understand what you're experiencing, so they can't really give you the advice, and they can't tell you what you're saying is right or wrong. Sorry to ramble, but it's important because I've been through this a lot, especially, like I said, now that everybody's got a camera, everybody wants to take pictures, and sometimes I'm just not in the place where I can do that. I got too much to do. I don't have time to get sick, and I don't have time to be drained. I understand and appreciate you want to get this moment, capture this moment, but I can't be a part of it. I just can't. And depending on how sensitive you are, you may need to, if you are like a content creator or you post videos or pics of yourself, if you're extremely sensitive, you will feel something and may not know why. You'll feel something anytime somebody watches that video or looks at that picture. So let's say you've posted some pictures and now you've got a day where oh, I'm not even going anywhere. I'm staying home all day. I'm safe. I don't have to protect my energy. Keep in mind, you've got pictures people could look at, or you've got videos people could look at. So every day, even if you're not leaving the house, imagine the protective bubble, because you don't know when someone's going to look at that picture or watch that video. I do the same thing because I don't know when somebody's going to listen to these recordings. You could, a year from now, listen to this, and I will feel that. I won't know why, because obviously I don't know that unless my guides tell me, but normally I don't know that you're watching it, but I will feel something. So just every single day, protect your energy, protect your energy, protect your energy. I know you're sick of hearing it, but I really need you guys to understand this. This has to become sort of a lifestyle where you are used to clearing your energy and protecting your energy. I'm sorry. One recording leads me to another. Sorry. So I'll try to wrap this up. The other part of this is, so I'm going to touch on this one more time. I know you're sick of hearing it. The jealousy and envy and the negative energy being sent towards empaths, lightworkers, starseed, HSPs, blah, blah, blah. This is another part of it because I'm not sure that I've ever talked about this. The fact that your energetic field is stronger and extends out further than the average person. Every person has an energetic field, right? And I think I've talked to a couple of you how to see that. If you need to know, tell me. I'll do a video about that. But so some of you have become able to see people's energetic fields, and yours extends way further than the average person. So it's easier to draw attention when you're not trying to draw attention to yourself. You do draw attention to people because subconsciously they read and see your energy and your energetic field. If you're in a room with one other person, that person's field may go, I don't know, a few inches to a foot away from their body. Yours extends through the whole friggin' room. So you try to come into a room unnoticed, that's not going to happen, because as soon as you walk in, before you even walk in, your energetic field takes up the whole space. And it's not your fault at all. But people, whether consciously or subconsciously, they're going to recognize that. You could tiptoe in with your head down and they're still going to look your way because they can feel your energetic field. They can feel your energy. So I just want to tell you that. If you need to hear about that, tell me. I'll do a video about that too. I want to help you guys get through this because I feel like we're getting deep into it now. You're going to be experiencing a lot of stuff that maybe doesn't make sense. And I'm certainly not an expert, but I have been there and I do understand it. So, all right, guys, I'll shut up now. Sending positive energy away.